What's going on, guys? Today's video is everything you need to know about Hogwarts Legacy. You definitely don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Hogwarts Legacy is an open-world action RPG set in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. It takes place in the 1890s, long before the majority of the main characters in the franchise are even born. The tagline for the game is "Live the Unwritten," which is perfect given that the game is 100% original and therefore is not restricted to a set series of events. Think Star Wars Knights of the Republic, though not quite so far back in time. Hogwarts Legacy is a massive labor of love. No joke. It's filled with insane amounts of detail, truckloads of fan service, the lore, the puzzles, the many things to see and discover, and the interactions really add to the adventure. Very few games offer this level of world building and immersion. The devs have truly outdone themselves and created the best Wizarding World experience to date. Hands down. While the game is not perfect, it is an absolute must-play for fans of the franchise. The overall experience is, well, to put it bluntly, magical. Definitely the experience all wizards and witches have been waiting decades for. Keep in mind that this is a massive open world. You'll spend a lot of time in this game. Aside from the main quests, you'll find side quests, hidden secrets, puzzles, collectibles, bonus assignments from your professors, etc. This is an RPG after all, so expect a huge time commitment if you wish to 100% this game. As I said earlier, Hogwarts Legacy is set in the 1890s, which means new characters, new stories, and even some new locations to get accustomed to along your adventure. Your character arrives at Hogwarts as a 5th year, and thus has a lot to catch up on. New spells to learn, new students and professors to befriend, and a giant castle full of secrets to explore. Your first dozen or so hours will most likely be spent by running around and exploring Hogwarts itself, where every door, and I do mean every door, opens up to something and somewhere, somehow. The world building is literally a series of breadcrumbs that lead you along and leaves you feeling almost like you're compelled to continue. And before you know it, you're so far away from what you originally set out to do, you barely even remember what that was. And honestly, that feels okay. Starting out, you'll choose your house and be placed in your common room, which, if you're an exploration junkie like me, you'll spend more time than you'll care to admit in here looking at all of the little things the devs intentionally placed everywhere purely for the player's enjoyment. This thread becomes a very common theme that's woven throughout the game. Everywhere you go, you feel like you're part of the wizarding world. Every painting, every statue, and every texture has been purposely built to immerse the player in that true Hogwarts experience. You're given plenty of choices and freedom to complete things on your own terms. Say you just completed a major story moment. Awesome. You can now go unlock new spells via side quests, etc. Or you can even go explore and tap into the expansive Flu network, which serves as the fast travel system in this game. What you do, how you do it, and even when you do it is completely up to you. There are some minor level gating, but usually it's based upon a spell you need to know in order to progress further into the story. Even the class curriculum of the game feels fluid, fun, and engaging. It feels good, and not simply like filler content, which to me was great. They even added in various mini-games to help you learn and practice your new spells. Nothing felt like busy work, or that it wasn't important. Everything felt connected and added to the overall growing stronger as a wizard vibe. Tied to the class structure were additional side quests that the professors occasionally assign. While most of these didn't feel very important, many led to future unlocks for higher side quests and even accessing secrets within the world. One of the things that truly surprised me was that nothing in this game felt disappointing or boring. The castle feels alive, with students chilling in damn near every room, whether they're experimenting with new spells, planning out their next adventure, or even just idle chit-chat. It adds a nice layer of immersion to the game. Add to that the day-night cycle and the amazingly changing seasons, and the game just feels very lived in. Once you leave the castle and begin to explore outside, the game really begins to shine that much more. Flying on your broom has a small learning curve, but once you get it down, it's an absolute blast. Now, given that the Quidditch Arena is in the game, hopefully that means it'll be a DLC or expansion later on down the road. The game does, however, explain that the Quidditch season has been cancelled this year due to an incident, so fingers crossed. There are tons of places you can visit, and the whole living, breathing world aspect is very present through all of it. Everything from the shops on Hogsmeade to the minor little farms off to the set, everything changes around the player, and it leaves a lasting impression on you as you go. The spell work and the combat feels absolutely amazing as well. It's fluid and smooth, and definitely sets a high bar for magic-based RPG combat going forward. Every spell feels impactful, and every talent point used to augment said spell feels meaningful. None of the spells felt like filler, and your ability to use them all on a regular basis can be quite satisfying, and not just in combat, but also while exploring, doing puzzles, or moving around the environment. Talent points change up a spell's function, adding things like an AoE to one of your fire spells, or increasing the range of Revelio, which, for example, Revelio's think Eagle Vision from Assassin's Creed. This gives you the freedom to tailor your spells to your own personal style and taste. The gear adds further to this. What's a wizard or witch without his or her own flair? The game focuses on three main stats: health, defense, and offense. And each piece of gear increases either offense or defense, making your build even more customized. Add to that the trade system, and you've got yourself a pretty robust and customizable gearing system. The game also features a glamour system, which allows you to look however you want despite your equipped gear. And let me tell you, the glamour system is really in-depth and detailed as hell. They did a really good job. Now, as you may or may not know, the Room of Requirement is in the game and acts as a sort of personal house, or base of operations, if you will. Everything inside is fully customizable, and Deke, the house elf, will serve as your guide. You will gain access to more cosmetic items to decorate the room as well. Let's go over a few functions in here that allow you to become more self-sufficient. You have access to pots and planters to grow your own plants for use in combat, or as ingredients. And the potion brewing station can be used to, well, you know, make sandwiches. Obviously. Sandwich. Now, let's check out the Beast Vivarium. This offers yet another layer of customization to your experience by allowing you to use the magical knapsack from the Fantastic Beasts series to capture beasts from the open world and transport them to your vivarium. The main focus of this area is to be their caretaker, feed them, play with them, take care of them. And if you keep them happy, they'll reward you with their unique materials, items you'll need for gear upgrades and applying traits with your loom back in the Room of Requirement. This system is insanely fun and very addicting, though note that there are auto feeders and such for those who want a more casual experience here. Let's take a minute and talk about the Wizarding World website. There's a promotion right now that allows you to receive some bonus in-game items for Hogwarts Legacy that are exclusive to this website. So you definitely don't want to miss them. I'll put a link in the description below of a video detailing exactly how to do this. So if you're interested, please look for that. So there you have it, guys. Everything you need to know to start your wondrous journey into the Wizarding World. There are definitely more videos to come, so stay tuned for those. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Later.